You are the salt of the earth. But if salt has lost its taste, how shall its saltiness be restored? It is no longer good for anything except to be thrown out and trampled under people's feet. You are the light of the world. A city set on a hill cannot be hidden, nor do people light a lamp and out it under a basket, but on a stand, and it gives light to all in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before others, so that they may see your good works and give glory to your Father who is in heaven. So these are the passages that we're going to focus on today, so I call it salt and light. I'm taking them together. I believe they have a relationship. We'll explore that. So of these passages, Emmett Fox, who most of you know, wrote a book called The Sermon on the Mount. He says the following in terms of his interpretation of these passages. Jesus is addressing those who have awakened to the understanding of material bondage and have acquired some spiritual understanding of the nature of being. So if you're a salt of the earth personality type, or the light of the world, generally speaking and from a high level, you are familiar with learnings about the truth, divine truth, God, principle, cause, or any of the other many words that we have for God, right? Those things that are without change. They don't change. They're the same yesterday and today and tomorrow. So this would be considered a high-level explanation or interpretation of these few passages from the Sermon on the Mount. Let's now explore it as we do. Let's pick it apart a bit more and see how we can extract the wonderful wisdom in these few words that Jesus spoke in one of his greatest teachings, and see how we can apply that wisdom to our lives, okay? What a better gift than this from Mother's Day. So the term salt of the earth, as defined by Charles Fillmore, Unity's co-founder, in the Metaphysical Bible Dictionary is as follows. The thoughts in man that understand, love, and obey truth, as Jesus taught and demonstrated. So the thoughts in man that understand, love, and obey truth, as Jesus taught it and demonstrated. Well, what do we call ourselves if you practice unity? We call ourselves truth students. That is, we are students of the truth. We want to understand divine truth. Presumably, because we find some value in it, we want to know what's real. We want to know what we can rely on for the betterment of our own lives and those around us, right? That's what I'm interested in. That's what attracted me to unity. And what a better word. I mean, unitix kind of comes up short. So truth student works for me. So salt also, let's really look at this word salt. Why did he pick salt? Why did he pick salt? Salt has a preservative quality. Salt has a binding quality. And in some circles, especially in the time in which this passage was read, salt was known to be of great wealth. So people who were salt of the earth would be people who are of great wealth. So let's keep that in mind as we go through. So if we're told by Jesus we're the salt of the earth, we are seekers of the truth, divine law, developing a relationship with God, developing our own Christ within. Where does God live? God lives within. On a basic level, I believe that these are fundamental things or desires of all people. We may use different terms to describe it, but I believe this sentiment to be universal in nature. We all want this on some level, some basic level, no matter how we're manifesting today. No matter how we're manifesting, I believe we all want this common end, to know the truth. What is truth? If we embrace the alternate definition about the wealth that I cited before, that would be a period, a historical view of this, right, which we always want to look into and to try to find the merits of that as well. We would also believe that we are of great wealth. If we're told we're the salt of the earth, we're of great wealth. Figuratively speaking, I'm not saying that we're made of money trees here. In other words, we're priceless, exceptional, a great rarity, truly beyond our own imagination. Which really does align with what Jesus taught us about our nature, right? Made in the image and likeness of God. What is more priceless than that? God is all good. We are all good, a great rarity, beyond any price. Beyond or above or greater value than anything we can find in the material realm. Although we forget that. We forget that. If we want, yesterday my mother called me with an issue, with a family issue. And she felt very devastated by the news and she didn't know what to do. I said, Mom, after I listened to her, because the first thing you don't want to do is hit her over the head with a Bible or a unity text, right? We're human first, so I had to cater to that and I had to listen. So I listened quietly and I said, Ma, I know that your natural inclination is to get in there and fix it. I know you want to do something. We all do. We feel powerless when someone's sick or when someone's in a bad way. We want to go fix that thing. I said, but the most powerful thing you can do is just hold them in prayer and see them in their highest state, in their highest good. You need do nothing. If we really believe in God, let God work through us. The first thing we should do is nothing, not move ahead, and then get into a place of prayer. And then remember who they are. Does this one have God much? You say, yeah. Does that one have God? Yeah. Well then, God is operative in their lives, whether they know it or not, whether they appreciate that or not, whether they believe. God is there, and we know it. And that's enough. We let it be. So the salt of the earth personality type, or those exhibiting these traits, are expressing from their Christ self, and do so in all their affairs, with all people, regardless of the challenge posed in doing so. So that is the advanced description, the master's degree, the graduate level. We do it in all our affairs. Well, not everybody can act from that place consistently. But I believe everybody here in this wonderful community, I wish you could see it the way I see it and feel it the way I feel it. There's something about being here that's different about being there, and it's an overwhelming sensation of goodness. To see these faces, Cherie, you've done such a great job growing this community. What an awesome bunch of folks. We are all on this path. We are all on our way. We are all working at expressing the qualities of being the salt of the earth. And what a beautiful way to walk through life. The ones who are successful in living and expressing the traits of the salt of the earth personality type are enabled to overcome any challenge and any obstacle. You have days when you feel like that, don't you? It's like, I don't care what comes my way. God and I together, like New Jersey, perfect together, right? We're perfect together. New Jersey and you, perfect together. God and you, perfect together. We can do it. And then other days, we feel like we can't negotiate anything. But that's a lie, because we know that we're made in the image and likeness of God. So on those days, once again, get still. Back up away from that. Don't try to get in there and wrestle with that thing. Later we'll learn that Jesus told us in the Sermon on the Mount, resist not evil. We don't have to fight that thing, because anything I fight will persist. But when I let it go, when I let it happen, when I let it be, then I'm leaving room for God to work. The question is, do I believe? Do I believe that the divine power will come through for me? That's the question. I believe that those folks who are expressing the salt of the earth, right? If I'm so busy focusing on God, trying to learn the truth, how much time do I have for gossip, playing small, lying, cheating, stealing? I don't have time, because I am focused on developing this thing here, my relationship with God. And by its very nature, if you are exhibiting the traits of the salt of the earth, you will become the light of the world. You will become a beacon of light, God's light. God expresses through us and as us for the benefit of yourself and others. Happens naturally. But we'll get to the light of the world just in a very short bit.